Okay. I would like to remind you for your attendance. Take your attendance in Talim C. Okay. All right. For attendance on January, you don't have to worry. Just consider you all present. There is no more class. I think I shouldn't actually prolong the class so that you can focus on your assignment and what you call it, and the others and the other assignments as well from the other class. Okay, so okay, make sure you for the individual, make sure you go through take your call it online quiz. Be open for a while. Okay, I'm going to brief several things today. Number one is the deadline. Okay. Number two is the individual assignment. Right, and also the final assessment, and also the Go e-commerce. All right. Let me go through. Okay. The deadline for quiz. Okay. You need to go to the dashboard. You need to go to the dashboard and take your online quiz at your section. If you cannot see the list, you can actually change here. Basically, iTatlink will actually show card, but I changed to the list, so it's actually much better view lah. I prefer like this. Okay. And then you can actually get your quiz. Section 1, how many? How many students section 1? I think 30 something. So half of the class not taking it yet. So the deadline will be 31st December, 11:59 p.m. Okay, that is quiz. Okay, number 2 is individual assignment. Individual. More. Okay. Okay, you need to go through your, you need to open a LinkedIn profile. Okay, make sure you did not do last minute. Okay, the problem with LinkedIn profile is sometimes they might identify you as if you already open a LinkedIn and then you try to register another account, so basically LinkedIn will block you. And sometimes LinkedIn not able to block or maybe ask your passport or IC, so don't do this LinkedIn profile at the very last minute because you might not be able to open your LinkedIn profile in a timely manner lah. See, okay, use your full name. If you don't want to include your father's name, it's okay lah. As long as you have your full name lah, don't use nickname. Okay, do your about section. I think I already discussed this before. It's just that I just repeat again. If you have SSM, include your company name. Basically, the company name is you need to ask the one who actually open the SSM. Okay, and then accomplishment, you can put your company name or your brand name in the accomplishment section under project if your business is not registered under SSM. But some student, they put it under education. It's up to you lah. But basically, you cannot put it under working experience. And you need to include your university name, education, and put the skills so that I can endorse and connect with all of your group members. Basically, if let's say you have 4, so basically your connection at least to have 4 lah. Connect and be accepted. the connection. And then you need to connect with me. I think my LinkedIn only can follow, so just follow me lah. No more to connect, because I think it's already like I'm using free account. So if I want to actually have more connection, I need to change into premium. And then you need to submit your LinkedIn link here. And this is a must, because basically before this I tried to find you using your name. I cannot, and my connection is already a lot, so you need to submit your LinkedIn link. Okay, and the certification, you need to fill in the form first and then register yourself in the portal, and follow step by step that I give you. Once you get this e-cert from MDEC, you upload the cert, post it in your LinkedIn post. If you want to do okay, let me open. If you want to do an article, you can as well lah. Article or post, it doesn't matter. But you need to make sure that you actually upload the cert, okay? And on the cert, there will be what you call it? There will be IC number or passport number, so you need to delete it before you upload lah. I don't have any restriction on that, but it's actually for your own privacy. Okay. So if you want to do some sort of article, you can do it. Basically, when it comes to article, you need to have a story lah about the cert. But if you do not want to, just start a post. Okay, just post it. So in LinkedIn Lab, you cannot find article lah. Only start a post thing, something like that. Any question with regards to LinkedIn? Okay, no question. If you have any question, you can put it in the chat box as well. Okay. So those who have problem with Go e-commerce, please stay after I off record after this. How many we have in here? 53. The more the class, the lesser the attendance. That's to be expected. Okay. Okay. Final assessment. I already gave you in the this is from where? Oh, okay, later on. Those who forgot about attendance, you can actually PM me. I will give you a link. Okay. Okay, this is the final assessment for entrepreneurship. Basically, it's already gone through three times like this, like your seniors before, but they have the different case. You have different case. Okay, and then you need to your case will be based on the case that I give you every semester. So the submission date is 31st January, but in the timetable, it's actually 3rd February, okay? But you need to submit early so that I can see who actually not submitting, okay? Do not submit on 3rd February. Do not follow the timetable. Follow the assessment that I give you. Why am I actually doing in the 1st January? So that it will not clash with the other final assessment. You can do the other final assessment in peace. Consider this as your individual assignment lah. Okay, submission. I will put inside the WhatsApp. I already gave you this final assessment in the WhatsApp, and also I will put inside the Taklim-C. If you lost, you can go there and take your final assessment. And you need to email me at madamfanticlass@gmail.com. Do not email me at my other email. I have many emails. and then the one that student know is actually at rium.edu.my. Do not submit there because there are so many emails in there. I might miss look. Okay. You can submit within the date, any date, even not before 31st January. If you want to submit tomorrow, you can submit tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Okay. Make sure you submit your your answers on the date and time schedule within. I think it's not 1 month. It's actually 1 month and 3 days, something. This is an open book assessment. You can refer to your book or notes applicable. Basically, there is nothing there lah. It's just that to help you to call it, to understand the concept. The most important thing when it comes to do your BMC and also a BMC like your BMC is you go back to your own BMC, your own group BMC, and see how the amended way of doing it. Okay. Answer the question on the same Word document. You need to answer the question within this document, and make sure to save it with your metric number only. The document that you want to save, for example, save as. Okay. For example, I save it in desktop first. This one, the file name is your, example, something. The file name is your metric number. That's the only thing that I want you to do lah. No need to put the MGT465, no need. Okay. Make sure your metric number is right lah. Okay. All files to be saved in Microsoft Office format. Do not change into PDF. Do not change into PDF. Okay, submit your assessment to my email. All the submitted report will be checked with plagiarism software. Okay. Do not copy or share your work with anyone else. Now, I have kids, your seniors before, they have quite the same answer. So I look at the submission date lah. I look at the submission date. The one who submit early is the one who is not copy paste. Something like that lah kan. It makes sense lah. Okay. And then you need to put your name here. You need to put your metric number here. Okay. The total marks is 30 marks. There is no like 100%. I get it. I get 30% out of it. No, there's no such thing. This is the total 30 marks because your individual and group assignment is already 70 marks. So this is the last 30 marks, which I will take as it is. Okay. So there are 3 parts, which is business plan, business model canvas, which is the BMC, and the business model canvas explanation. Explanation of the BMC, basically like that lah. Okay. And all this part is actually connected to the case that I gave you here, case study 1 and case study 2. Okay. Okay, we go and look at what is the case study 1. Case study 1 is talking about digitalization or online business. Basically, this is a very simple case lah. Okay. If you want to see a bigger, this is not complete news lah. I just take half of it. If you want to see the whole news, you can actually go to source. Why I didn't take the whole news, because the other part is talking about another, there's like giving an example of one business, someone business. Let me go here. If you have any questions, just interrupt me or put it inside the chat box. Okay, so this is actually a news talking about sustainability on digitalization, but they in the news actually giving an example of Siti Khadijah, Telekom Siti Khadijah. Okay, so I just take it I think up to here. And then the founder, and then talking about Telekong and all. Uh, I didn't take the example, put it inside the case study one because I feel that you're going to be confused whether you are going to do Telekong business or not. So there's no such thing. Any business online is acceptable. What do I mean by online? If you are doing, for example, you are doing restaurant, so there is some sort of online process that is actually going to help you. Even though you are doing a restaurant, that is actually offline, but you include, for example, like Foodpanda or Grab, that is actually considered online business as well. So anything that is actually doing online within the business, not only basically offline. Okay, that's what I mean lah. Okay. Okay, case study 2 is actually initiative to help Muslim entrepreneurs impacted by pandemic. Okay. Okay. So what you need to do, you need to highlight several party who actually give the initiative. Okay. Federal Territory Summit. This is my whip. Give program. Give initiative. That is number 1. Okay. There are some other things. Yapim, Asnaf Ishraf, SME Bank, Tabung Haji, Yapim, and so on. Okay, so when you highlight these parties, what you need to do is, and also there is a so and so on. Okay. Later, I tell you how to actually include that. Okay, general format for all parts. Okay, part A, business plan. This is 1-page business plan. It's not a business plan that you already did in your group assignment. That is a very detailed one. So I just want you to do a business plan that is actually connected to your BMC and also BMC explanation. All these are the same thing. Okay, imagine that you are open up an online business, and that online business needed one page business plan, BMC, and also the explanation. Okay, the business plan only 1 page. BMC also 1 page. Okay, do not change the format of BMC. Okay, just follow what the template been given to you lah. The part C is business model explanation. The maximum page is 2 pages. If you want to do 1 page, it's okay. Doesn't matter. This is the score. You can see. Okay. Okay, 1 page business plan talking about the problem, my solution, the solution of the problem. You need to be very detailed in each of this one. Do not give a very general information. For example, my cake, something. I'm selling cake online. Okay, be very specific. I think when it comes to brand, you come up with your own brand, just like you are actually come up with a real business that you did in your group. But this one is actually like, you imagine you come up with a real business, no need to run the business, okay? Just the idea of it. So basically the product, you give some branding to the product, okay? And then just explain what is the product is, okay? Business objective. Market analysis, who will buy my products or service? This is actually customer segment or target market, customer segment. Okay, need to be very detailed. this one need to be tally with the customer segment here in the BMC. Okay. How will they benefit, which is how will the customer benefit from your product? Alternative they use is actually competitors. You need to identify the main competitors for your business. You need to mention the name of the competitor. For example, you are selling brownies. You are selling brownies. The nearest competitors that your customer can get, if for example your shop closed, they can go to that competitor, for example, secret recipe. So you mention secret recipe there. Okay. And why my business is better, basically is connected to value proposition in the BMC. But this one is actually much, a little bit more explanation. BMC is actually very simple and direct. Okay. How my customer will learn about my business, this is connected to channels. Be very specific when it comes to channels. Come out with a channel account name. For example, Instagram at something. That's specific. Do not just put Instagram, Facebook, no, or website. If you put website, you need to put www.something.com. That specific. Okay. And you can actually be a little bit more explanation lah how they would learn from your account and so on. How encourage them to tell others about my business? Okay, this one. Okay, this is basically talk about this is quite connected, and this is not 100% connected, but this is quite connected with customer relationship in BMC. Basically start talking about how your customer can talk about your business. Not just saying that our service is good, so our customer, or you can say that, or for example, like you say, I'm going to deliver high quality product so that my customer can actually do word of mouth and blah blah blah. There's no such thing when it comes to the how I encourage them. How I encourage them is needed when it comes to the strategy of your business lah. For example, you make a giveaway, hashtag or tag your account, or you give some sort of contest, or you ask your customer to you take their photo, and you ask your customer to share, and then they will get some sort of store credits, something like that. Okay, you go back, if we go back to Shopee, how they encourage their customer to share. Number one is when it comes to the review. If you go to Shopee, when it comes to review, basically the area here, how encourage them, is not coming from the effort of the customer alone. No, you must actually have the effort to ask them, to encourage them to do something for you. Okay, so for example, apa yang selalu orang beli? Milo. This one lah, orang selalu beli ni. Tiga. 3.3. Okay, as you can see, this is all the ratings. You can see how people do ratings. They have one video, they have one picture, and they have sufficient amount of words when it comes to review. So what is the Shopee give back to the customer who share one video, one picture, and I think 15 words of review? is they will give their customer 5 coins. That's how you encourage your customer. Okay, when it comes to online, of course, there are a lot more lah. So you can actually get the idea from other online business as well. Okay, but make sure it's logic lah. It's logic to your business. Okay, how much I charge the product? This one you need to have a little bit more calculation, just a simple calculation about the cost of the product. And also if you incur delivery fee for your customer, you need to include as well. And the final price for the product need to be stated. For example, cost RM 10 plus markup price RM 5 plus delivery delivery RM 7 equals to what? 15 tambah 7 is around 25 Okay, and then you need to explain lah. 25 ringgit is the product, is the product charge for my customer. They need to pay delivery for 7 ringgit. If you talk about delivery when it comes to, for example, 10 kilometers is free delivery. You need to mention basically there are 2 costs. There are 2 calculation there. Okay. How I deliver, basically this is talking about delivery lah. Which connected a little bit on your key partners. You need to mention who is your key partners if you are using key partners lah. If you are using partners to deliver your product. How my business get its profit. Okay, this one you need to have a little bit calculation as well. Profit minus cost. Markup is 5 ringgit lah. This is the profit. So RM 5 ringgit. It's a target, for example, 100 unit per month. It's around 500. Basically, this one is talking about sales minus cost. Profit lah, your profit. Okay, how my business be profitable in the long run? Basically, this is actually, you can actually add a little bit example like how much revenue you want to get in 10 years. If you talk about revenue here, for example, you target 100,000 in 10 years. I will do some sort of calculation now with the 500. 500 multiplied by 12, 6,000. Can lah. It's logic lah to actually target 100,000. Okay, in 10 years. Okay. And then you can talk about a product chain, product line, to add product line, but don't just simply say product line. What is the product line you want to add? Okay. And then the branch, don't just simply say I want to add branch. You need to state which location of the branch that you want to add. Okay, so this one you can actually target within 5 to 10 years, but you need to mention there lah how many years you want to target for the long run. Any questions so far?
Madam?
Yeah.
So whatever we are going to write in the box there is just, it must be related to the case 1 and case 2, right?
Yeah, but basically the case is actually just a basic guideline lah. not necessary you need to use the case to actually put something in the box. There's no such thing like, for example, okay, this one talking about workforce and then digital tools. No need lah. The basic guideline is this one lah. Running an online business in 2020, which is based on case study one, which basically case study one as SME to go for digitalization. That's all. Okay. Number two, utilize the Muslim Entrepreneur Initiative. Okay. This is actually basically in case two. So what I want you to do, we need to highlight the parties actually giving Muslim Entrepreneurs Initiative. Okay, just the name is okay. Right? For example, we have Yapim, My Whip. Okay. For example, you want to actually apply for Yapim. My Whip. Source of funding. Okay. And this one you need to mention how much you want. For example, 100,000 or 200,000. This one you need to go and research lah. How much the cost of something. For example, you want to come up with for an app. 200,000 for an app is actually logic. Okay. 200,000 for an app application, mobile application. Then you apply for example, Yapim lah. Okay. That is the use of case study 2. Okay. And then imagine that you are eligible to all Muslim Entrepreneur Initiative mentioned in case study 2. So anything you put here, for example, Yapim, SME Bank, we have we have my whip, Yapim, Tabung Haji, and also but you need to see lah. For example, one so only give 500. This one is for Bilal lah, so no need lah. Unless if you want to do a business that is actually involving masjid or mosque, you cannot apply for so. Okay. This one basically like Tabung Haji, petty traders. This one, if you want to apply, you apply. For example, if you want to apply for 200,000, you apply for a party that give a little bit higher lah. For example, Tabung Haji, because Tabung Haji give 800,000 something. Okay, so you need to do a little bit more research lah. Basically, it's not basically based on the case study lah. Yeah. If you want to go to know more, for example, you want to put Yapim, so you go and search for Yapim there lah, basically. But when I give marks, it's actually based on this case study only lah. I'm not actually going for the research part. Okay, but the use of funding, you need to make sure it's logic. For example, you are applying for 500,000 for a vehicle. Basically, funder doesn't give vehicles. Free vehicles. Basically, funder will give something that is actually very related to the process of the business itself lah. For example, and does not incur monthly costs. Okay. For example, they will give basically like all the funder will give like one shot funding. For example, apps or maybe raw materials, okay, or maybe you need to avoid something that is actually incurring costs for monthly basis lah. That's what I mean. Okay. Any question with regards to one-page business plan? Okay, that's why I give you 1 month, because you need to really think. Don't do this last minute. You can actually do it. I think the optimal time around one week lah. Okay, why I say so? Because you need to always go back and forth from this business business plan, one page plan, and also your business or the campus. Okay.
Madam?
Yeah.
Business plan, it will be based on case study 1.
Yeah. It's just that you need to do online business, that's all. Online business in 2022. That's all. For case study 1, the conclusion is you need to do online business in 2022. Okay, that's all.
It's like a made up business.
Yes, it's a made up business. Made up
Okay.
online business.
You just earlier told like we have to mention our IG Instagram account or something like this.
That's
So if
all
we
made
don't
up.
have, oh,
That's all
oh,
made
okay.
up. No need to open Instagram account, no need. Just made up the name. For example, you put the brand name for your business is Lucky You, for example, Lucky You. Lucky You, okay? So your Instagram account is supposed to be like at Lucky You or www.luckyyou.com. Okay, so that kind of thing lah. The same thing like you did for your real business in the group, but this is a made up one. Okay, it's a really application based made up one lah. Okay, all right. Okay, this is one page business plan. Once you do your business plan, okay, so after you did your business plan, what you need to do, you need to extract your business plan that can be extracted into your BMC first. That's the first thing that you need to do. For example, okay, in business plan, of course, we don't mention anything when it comes to the RM or amount. There's no ringgit, there's no dollar there, so no need lah. So the cost is actually basically here is raw material lah. So when it comes to the ABNC, you need to mention raw material here lah. Okay. And then for example, like this one, that's not connected to BMC. How I get my business profit, basically 5 ringgit is the markup price. Sales lah, basically this is sales, okay? So the sales of the product should be here, okay, product sales. And then for example, you are actually doing delivery 7 ringgit, you actually charge your customer, so delivery fee should be here, okay? And then who will buy my product or service, whatever detail you put here, based on your customer, should be entered in customer segment. Okay, so for example, you do who will buy my product, those who love dessert. That's all. That's the thing you put. For example, those who love dessert. Okay, and then you put in customer segment dessert lover. Is it enough? If I don't I feel like and then when you see again your BMC, I don't feel that it's enough, only dessert lover. I want to target on specific location, for example in Gombak only. Okay, so you add it again in here, Gombak location, dessert lover, age, worker, and so on. Be a bit more details lah. And then you add it again here. So there should be a tally between business plan and also BMC. So source of funding is funder. So source of funding is considered capital. So capital is actually under key resources. This is key resources. This is related to key resources. So you can mention here funder and in bracket Yapim and Mawib. Okay. Don't put your funder in key partners. Key partners is funder or loan banks is actually not key partners. They are actually part of your capital, and the capital actually under key resources. All right. This number. What's more? Okay. How will they benefit? Whatever you put here, put under valuable position. That's how we create connect each other. Alternative basically doesn't not have any connection at all with BMC. Why my business is better also is actually connected to value proposition as well. How my customer learn about business is one connected to channel. So whatever channels that you put inside here must actually appear in your BMC. Okay. All right. how I deliver, basically delivery is actually part of the delivery. So you mentioned here, we use Food Panda and, for example, we use Food Panda and Grab to deliver our product. So the Food Panda and Grab should be under key partners, right? How much I charge, basically this one connected to the cost structure in the BMC. How my business get profit, basically connected to revenue stream. Okay, what's more? Basically that's okay. Business model canvas explanation is actually the explanation of the key partners here. For example, you put here SSM, you put here Food Panda, you put here Giant, Tesco, Grab. So you need to mention what is the function of SSM, what is the function of Food Panda. So basically, this is much a more detailed explanation based on the PMC here. Imagine you are actually doing a presentation lah. So you need to actually present and explain here. Cost structure and revenue stream is actually you need to calculate, or you can just copy paste from here. But this one is actually calculation and also explanation as well. Okay. So whatever you feel that at the business plan you cannot actually explain more, you explain in the PMC explanation. Because this one is actually 2 pages. Okay. Any question so far? Understand, eh?
Madam,
Yeah.
sorry, I just want to ask, maybe I missed the initial part about the problem. I'm not sure what, I mean, like, what kind of problem? I mean, like, we decide what problems that we want to solve, is it? Or how is it?
Okay. The problem can be quite, you feel that maybe the problem is not a big issue, but it can still be a problem lah. For example, you are actually doing a restaurant, you are doing your own delivery, online delivery. You do not actually use any Food Panda or Grab, okay, for example. And then you have your own apps for your own restaurant, for example lah. Okay. So the problem is to actually in Food Panda and also Grab, they actually because there is a delivery tax, so you can actually reduce that delivery tax for your customer. That is one problem. Okay. Or maybe you are selling cosmetics. Okay, you are selling cosmetic. What is your product is actually trying to counter when it comes to the problem? It does not really need to be related to the digital. No need. The product itself or the service itself can be have its own problem lah. For example, you are selling cosmetic that is actually from biodegradable or maybe eco-friendly kind of makeup. So you can actually say that the problem nowadays, because we want to care for the environment, at the same time we want to care for our customer. So that kind of thing is actually considered as problem lah. So you can actually see whether the process of the business itself, maybe you use your own digital platform, or your product itself or your service itself. So the problem can actually come out from different perspective lah. Okay, understand?
Yes, understood. Thank you, madam.
Okay, all right. So any more question?
Madam, do
Yeah.
we have to submit the business plan in this table form?
Yes, you need to submit in the same document.
No,
You
I
don't
mean
have to.
the table form. We don't
What is
have
it?
to. Yeah, this table form about the business overview and market analysis, like this form.
Yeah, you just submit in the same document. You do not need to delete all these cases, it's okay to submit all this, okay? Use the template given to you lah within this form, within this document lah. Can I?
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay, welcome. So other question? Okay, let's go through one example. Okay, this example is not necessarily a good example, but I just give you my advice based on the example given to me last semester. Okay, hopefully this one okay lah. If you know this student, just ignore it lah. Okay, the last semester is talking about Penjana initiative. This one is different from you guys, and this one is the situation given is business during MCO. Okay. So basically, you guys are restricted to online business, but my last semester student, they are restricted to MCO. So basically, they should not mention anything about dine in, something like that. Okay. So the student actually do delivery service. Due to MCO, cannot come out with the campus. Okay, student who are in campus respective mahala. Okay, I know that he actually talking about IUM. If let's say I am a funder and I want to give you the fund that you need, I don't know what is mahala. So there's a less mark here. Okay, so you need to be very specific. Mahala in IUM Gombak. And we have a lot of IUM as well. Okay, help student, this one okay. I have a Telegram group, as you can see. The reason why help student, this one okay lah. I'm accepting this one. Deliver parcel. Oh, okay. The product service or the service is actually deliver parcel to respective mahala. Okay, this one is to become one famous runner device, runner delivery service in the school campus. Basically, the wording is actually quite not accurate lah. It's actually in the mahalah lah kan. So you need to be very, even inside the page business plan also it's not tally. I need to be tally. Okay, so benefit, you can just okay, they can just send to me. If you want to use me, you can, it doesn't matter. My company, actually I prefer that way lah. It's actually much more friendly. It's actually easier for me to understand. Okay, deliver parcel food. Okay, many alternative for them to use. This one is not. This one is quite general. There are many alternative for them to use because not only one runner is service. So he need to mention what kind of other runner. I don't know what is inside there. Okay. Delivery money is not expensive. The delivery fee. Okay, salah sikit. I can deliver their parcel short time. Alright. Okay, whenever you're already done with your business plan and BMC, do reread again for 2 to 3 times. Whenever you feel that it's quite general, you can actually make it more details because the details that I'm actually looking for. I have a Telegram group. You need to mention lah. What's the Telegram group? Basically, Telegram group have its name, man. Okay. Alright. How encourage them? The way I encourage my customer is to give them lesser price than the other delivery people. Make sure the food or parcel delivered on time. So basically, he said that his delivery is good, so the customer can actually tell others. There's no such thing. You need to give some sort of benefit lah for your customer to actually tell your business to others. Something like that. I charge 3 ringgit per trip. This one okay. I will deliver my motorcycle. Yes, you can actually be very simple like this, which is I understand. This one you need to mention how much profit. Basically, it's not really specific like you did inside the business plan that you give me in the group, kan? Just calculate what is the overall profit you can get in a month or in a year. That one depends on you lah. This one also very general. You need to mention what kind of business expansion that you can actually do lah. 2000. This one doesn't get much marks because just mentioned about parent. Does not this student does not use case study too. Okay. Key partners Mahala canteen. Okay, this one okay. This one need to be a bit more activities like you did in your group MC. Reduction of stress. Okay. So basically when I go through the value proposition here, basically this is not accurate. What is the value proposition for this student is actually cheap and short time, which he does not mention here. Okay, if let's say you put here stress but you not actually put here stress, so there's no tally. Okay, customer relationship, give discount to loyal customer, give good customer service, okay lah. Okay, on time should be on value proposition. Be a discount. You know how the customer relationship is how to turn your customer, your normal customer, into your loyal customer. Students, where mention here Mahala but you don't put here student in Mahala IUM. Okay. Key resources, motorcycle and parents. Basically, key resources is something you already have, but when you actually put here, this is something that is not from you lah. Loan. Kat situ confuse case tu kan. Parents okay lah. Telegram, WhatsApp, Telegram because you mentioned about he mentioned about Telegram group, so he should mention what is the name of the Telegram group. Motorcycle maintenance, cost per retro, delivery fee. Okay. Okay, and this student actually gave quite simple explanation. It's okay as long as the thing that I kind of like confused here should be answered in here or something like that. Okay, and cost structure and revenue stream should be have some sort of calculation. Try to make calculation up to just a rough calculation. For example, you're talking about cost structure in a month or maybe revenue stream in a month, which is that's understandable and that is actually satisfactory lah. Okay. Okay, this is the only example I give you. Basically, the student is okay. The idea is okay. Alright. It's just that he is not very detailed and not tally. Okay, that's why if you do this assignment, please counter check several times. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so hopefully you can do it. If you have any question, you can WhatsApp me lah. If you feel that you don't understand something, you can actually ask me through PM. WhatsApp me. Just PM me. Okay. Okay, you don't have to wait for 31st January. You can just submit any time within this 1 month. Okay, with regards to your e-commerce, I just want to remind you again that if you already registered and not get approved, or there's no e-cert, when you go back to your portal, you didn't see any e-cert, meaning you don't get approved lah, even though you already submit. It is actually mean that your group members, any of your group members does not actually reported sales in the portal. So one of your group members should actually submit the sales. If you did not get any e-cert, for example, you already registered with other course instructor, but you did not get any e-cert, please inform me. I will come up with my own e-cert for you. At least you have something. Okay. So those who have problem with their Go e-commerce can stay behind, or you have any other question that you want me to go off record, you can stay behind. Okay, I would like to remind you for your attendance. Please take your attendance. On January, you don't have to take attendance anymore. Consider you all present. Okay, take a break for a while before you do the assignment. Okay, we close our session with Surah Wal-As and Tasbih Kifarah. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you,
Okay, all right.